Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three little viruses that were here last week. Starting in the bottom left, we have Regan Belladonna, Academy Wizard, played by Char.
Are there viruses in Pathfinder? Because you can cure things with spells as long as they're diseases. So what's
But
a
not
virus?
everybody, not everybody has access to spell curing, and I mean, virus is still like a thing. Yeah,
Do they have vaccines?
they exist.
in the world of
Vaccine the item
Pathfinder?
does exist, yeah, but I think you
Ooh.
have to make it for a specific disease once you know the cure.
Just like a normal vaccine.
Not
Yeah.
mass produced.
In the bottom middle, virally spreading all throughout your system, it's Tullios Couldarn, martial fighter, played by Will. And in the bottom right, it's Felix Milos, Maestro Bard, played by Alex.
We can cast spells that cure viruses, but can viruses cast spells against us?
Ooh.
Only if they have conceal spell, as we were discussing before.
They
Since they
probably
can't talk.
do.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, let's see. Last time on Third Action, our group of heroic doctors saved a life, or helped save a life, rather. You were asked to see if you could assist Grau's young niece, Brianna, who was suffering from some strange and sudden illness. Regan was able to do so, thank the gods, or not the gods, if you're Regan, I suppose. But with you were able to delay her suffering long enough for the cleric Ishani to return the following day and heal her. And that seems to have worked. But in the day since, it seems as if this infection is starting to spread around town. The churches are becoming overwhelmed. There's a low level of panic throughout the city. And you decided to help him out and get him a little contact connection with Miss Cresta Croft, the field marshal. And while talking to the field marshal, she asked you if you'd be interested in looking into the Direption, the ship that was shot down a day ago, 2 days ago, in the middle of the night in the center of the Jagari River. I believe you've agreed, and I know we ended the session with you guys going back to the Script and Scrimshaw. Was Regan there? I'm trying to remember who was actually there. Everyone was... No?
I don't think
No.
I was there.
I think Regan was joining us, but I don't think Regan was. Was Regan?
I came at the very end.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Ah, right. Okay, yes.
Fantastic.
You arrived at the very end. Cool. I normally check exactly what happened, but I forgot to do so today. So we'll assume that's the case, and jump on over to the Script and Scrimshaw. Let's do that. Activate. I'll fill out the inn, but got the floor. Enjoy.
Ah. Guess I should come in.
Yeah.
Would be a good place to start.
Oh, hello.
Good afternoon.
It's 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's roughly 3 in the afternoon.
Looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed there.
Oh yeah, I passed my test. Has
Oh,
anything
excellent.
interesting happened while I was gone?
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was easy.
We've had, unfortunately, some ruder customers as folks have wandered in ill themselves, and we had to see somebody out. But
Oh dear.
Hopefully we can get some insights as to what's going on around Corvosa to try and fix that problem. And I think the guards are starting to set up some centers for people to visit when they can't necessarily get treated by a priest.
Oh fuck, that's what that's what I was doing. Oh, I had cool thoughts last time. I just remembered them and I didn't write them down.
Chair.
Yeah, Regan's having thoughts suddenly of like, oh yeah, you probably could. It would be good for the guard to help with that. It'd be good for anybody to help with that. If you can set up a bunch of different stations, more people can get healed. You know what's really good for that? Summoning. I should go ask and see if we can summon for every person that we have. We can summon one other creature, and then you can have double the workforce to help people. I'm gonna have to go ask some teachers about that.
It's a lot of spell casting, it seems
Yeah.
like, but
Well, there's a lot of spell casting at the academy. It'll be good, like, what is that? Community service projects.
I mean, if the spellcasting is already going to happen for students taking their tests, I don't see why it couldn't also help people.
I'll have to pitch this to the teacher I think will be most accepting of it.
seems reasonable. You really think they're gonna go for it though? Because that, like I said, it's a lot of spell casting. Isn't that gonna take time away from studies and other work?
Oh, I have no idea. But I figured if we can get at least a few people, that's more hands to do things. Even if it's just one extra pair of hands, I feel like that would be worth it.
Fair. Seems like the
Oh,
bar's
she's
filled up a
filled
little
with
bit. We should have a
people.
seat someplace.
Guys
Like, all
just
these
standing in
people.
the center of the bar, and there's people around chatting, having conversations. Lizzie is serving a pair of sable marines at the bar. I guess you pull up to the nearby the table closest to the door.
And like we'll have some help here soon enough. Not today, but I think tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Tace would hopefully begin to give Liz D and Shields from Flame a little bit of help by running the kitchen.
Keep things busy and occupied here.
Well, I gotta make sure the kitchen's in a clean enough state. I'm gonna have somebody else running around the place. Right.
So, Regan, you like water, right?
No. We've been over this. After somebody pushed me into the water. One of you two did it. But who?
I don't
I'm
remember
not pointing
that.
fingers.
I actually don't remember either. Which
I
one
do
of us
remember
did
it, but I
this?
don't remember that.
Yeah, one of you shoved me violently into the water. I was minding my own business. It's not what happened.
I believe there was an accident, some slippage, and some falling.
Well, there was an accident. But yes, no, I don't like water. I feel like you're about to follow this up with something that has to do with my distaste of water.
Well, less with the distaste of water and more with the need to go exploring the depths of the river. And would like your assistance in doing that.
Do you need someone to stare at you from the shore?
There'll be plenty of people who can do that, but you are more capable than most for other purposes.
Oh,
And I trust you, which is...
why are we going in the water? What is at the bottom? I don't know if she like knows a lot about.
I don't think you've heard. Yeah, you've not heard anything about the boat directly. You've heard background whispers. Maybe even at the academy, you might have heard a couple of people talking about a ship, but you haven't. You have no connection to what they're talking about. You've heard something about a ghost ship.
Why are we going to the bottom of the river?
The other night, there was a ship that sailed into the river from apparently Nadal, according to the guards. And the ship was lit with yellow lanterns, with yellow torches. That usually means plague.
Mm.
It was quickly sunk.
Mm.
Tully looks at Felix. But people were sick before the ship arrived.
Yes. Especially if it was that recent.
Like as we saw with Brianna's case, I think that while the ship and the sicknesses happened at the same time, they aren't necessarily the ship did not cause this. It's just one of the only clues we would have to run down on why or who might be trying to influence events here in Corvosa.
Yes, that is curious that this is the second time that something very convenient has coincided with an event. But why do we need to go to the bottom of the river?
Well, the ship's not floating anymore.
Do you have a means to bring it up so that it floats?
If you would save so
No.
many steps.
She's
that
like,
truly would-
oh, you want to explore the ship
Yes.
under the water.
I mean, if you can make it not be underwater somehow, you're powerful. I don't know if you can part the river, but that would be something.
I don't think at my current
Or if you could bring
level
it
that
up
I
somehow. that
Yeah,
would
can
also
you
be
cast
very
Levitate
impressive.
Ship?
Levitate ship. Holy crap. That would be a great spell. I actually don't think I am good at spells. I am not that good at spells.
That's understandable. It's a ship. I do not expect
I
you
can bring up a
necessarily. I just
plank or
kind of
two.
I admit I hoped. I would rather not go for a long swim like that if necessary.
What is the part? They have a part water spell.
I do like Regan is just pulling out her spell book and is riffling through, going through the different pages trying to find.
Oh, it's the I'm stuck on
Part
the
waves.
cantrips. We'll get there. Yeah, she's every time I have to look up a spell, she's just like taking out some book. She's like, is there a spell where I don't have to go in the water? It would help if I could spell water. There's wall of water, pillar of water, water walk. That won't put you under the water. I can create more water, which is I don't think we want that.
All of these really do seem to be about adding water to environments.
Yeah,
You
this
want
is-
the removal of water.
Well, you can breathe underwater. Well, that'll probably assist you.
That would be useful.
Me. Oh my goodness. There's waterproof, but it doesn't work on me. Well, she
If we make
closes
you
the book.
into some object somehow, but I don't know how to do that.
Oh, that's easy. I don't
Cool.
know how to swim. Oh, that's easy. I just need a scroll for that.
Should we try that? Would that be better?
Maybe
Would
if I
you
can fit in your
enjoy that
pocket.
process more?
Yes. Well, I'm not a very strong swimmer or a swimmer at all. I can swim if I'm going to die, but maybe I can fit in your pocket. That would be faster. I would still get wet though. But I guess beggars can't be choosers, especially if you're going to go down there and accidentally drown or something.
Well, we're hoping
Ugh.
not to, and we were asked by Commander Croft. And it
Going
just
to
seems
have to get
appropriate.
different clothes to swim in.
Isn't there some sort of fishery shop someplace? I again look at Felix, who knows the area a little better.
A bit to the north, near the docks, and it's fairly well stocked, so we can get a hold of many things to help us persist in the water. Because, like you, Regan, I'm not the most excited about like getting all of my fancy clothes wet. I'm gonna get like clothes for getting wet.
Yes, So you don't want to be weighed down by your clothes.
So you're saying we should just go swimming naked instead?
I mean, ideally, yes, you would be weighed down by nothing. But I'm not sure that there might be laws about that. I'm not sure if Corvosa has any.
I do feel like there would be
Swimming
some skin-dipping laws in Corvosa.
Depends if you
got
want to
to
go
be
for a
cheap.
swim or put on a show.
All I'm saying,
We'll
if
be
we're already out in the middle of the river and then we're naked, they have to come out and get us.
That's true. And by the time they come to get us, we'll be underwater.
Yeah, they may not even see us being naked in the first place.
Does Corvosa have any laws against being naked while swimming? I don't think so. Like maybe
Or
general
total
public
I-
indecency
I was
in
gonna
the
say,
streets,
it's a
but not
decency thing,
swimming, I
yeah.
think.
Okay.
It's very like natural situation.
So not in the water fountains, but in the rivers, that's fine. Water fountains are property of the king the queen, after all. So.
Oh, the king probably liked public indecency.
Oh dear.
From certain kinds of people, I'm sure, yes. Or maybe not. I don't know what he's into, to be honest.
Let them play in the waters. Frolic.
Frolic! Frolic, I demand!
I think armor would probably be an issue if we fought anything, but not for
Yeah,
me.
I don't think going truly naked will be ideal. I will be fairly weighted down, so I'll have to look for something to deal with that. Are you on board, Regan?
Well, if we have a boat, I suppose I have no choice but to be on board for a brief amount of time at least. Do we have a boat?
We'll get a boat.
We will be getting a boat, yes.
I don't think I can conjure a boat yet.
A very non-sunk boat to go out to the sunk boat.
Do we know the exact location of the boat, or just around? Like I didn't see the boat. I barely knew there was a
saw
boat.
whereabouts it sunk.
Okay.
If needs be, I'm sure we can get a more precise location from the guard. But I did see that night where it was out in the river and where it got shot and sunk.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that based on like where you saw it and how clearly you saw it, you remember how to get back there.
Yeah, and some drift maybe, but not enough that I'd be worried about. It's getting too far off course, so.
Where do you want to go? For my plan, I think I need at least a day. Is this a quick thing that we have to do very fast?
No, I wouldn't want to leave it forever, but I don't imagine overnight is going to be a problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
Do we want to do this in nighttime, or is this a daytime thing?
Once you get far enough underwater, it's dark and nighttime.
Sure, but I do feel like we will be notable amongst the other ships in the river during the day. So less likely to get run over by a ship in the night.
Alternatively, ships are in the middle of the night. If I need to cast any kind of light, you are just a bright light in the middle of the dark on the water. And I don't know how easy that is to see. Like how much that stands out versus
I think that would
other
stand out pretty
boats.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what level are you? It'd be like a 120-foot light. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty.
that's a
But
beacon
like,
out on the water.
well, maybe there's more like ships that are also have lights or
Where
something.
did this lighthouse
it
in the middle
might
of the river
stand
show
out.
up from?
Like, oh, it was there for a few seconds, then it went underneath.
I
So
kind of
maybe
think
daytime.
like during the day we'll probably just be one of many rowboats that are putzing around the bay. And if we happen to like use a light spell underwater, it really won't be that discernible. We will probably be more of a show at night.
Then we'll do some shopping, pick up supplies, and head out in the morning. Do you need a full day, or Would it be better to wait until tomorrow afternoon?
I need
Day
a
after?
night at least, I think, because I have to order some my supplies. If I can't find them in a store right away, they're all scrolls. I can order them. They take a night to get to me.
Fair enough. Well, then we shop. Shopping episode.
Also, how do you both plan on communicating underwater?
Zalara. I don't know, actually. That's
I can communicate with message. Perhaps you.
I
She
can
learn
communicate with
message.
message.
Oh, you can. That's
Yes.
good.
So we both have that going for us.
I can wave at you.
You
Vigorously.
can. We can send message to you, and you can reply to us.
That sounds like a good plan. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Oh, if you have water breathing, you can speak underwater. It's just
Oh.
the sound doesn't carry that far.
Little burbly.
Didn't know that. That's good to know.
Oh, I already have some potions of water breathing. When did I pick those up?
You were just
Commander
given,
Croft.
yeah.
What?
I
Sorry.
think I divvied them up between all three of you, even though Regan wasn't there. You got 6 potions of water breathing, and
you
I
gave
gave,
me two to each.
I gave 2 to Tully, 2 to Felix, 2 to Regan.
I think I had some already then, because I have 3 on Mayhem. So must have bought those someplace. Or found them. Either way.
Yeah, I found a whole lot of crap that I don't know how to use.
It's a 2nd level water breathing spell, so it'll be 1 hour.
I do remember, yeah, it being shorter.
Essentially, we have a few backups in case we end up overstaying our journey.
Mhm.
So we can get out. Well, again's good, but if there's some manner in which we can deal with that, we need to get down there, anchor ourselves.
Tully,
The
do you
rowboat
remember
would
how-
include an anchor if you were to get a rowboat, by the way.
Okay. Tully, do you remember how big of a boat we're talking? Like, I'm wondering how long it will take to search.
This was a
It was
Like
a
a
pretty
trading vessel
sizable
size, yeah.
ship. It looked like a trading vessel or merchant ship or something of that size.
so
Um,
not full galleon size, but still, I'd guess several hundred souls on board when it went down. Assuming there were souls on board.
Yeah, if any bodies floated to the surface.
I will admit I didn't stay to look.
Ah.
It was late at night, and Commander Croft didn't mention anything about bodies, but
That is curious.
how I see this 2 Sable Company gentlemen leaving. How
Mhm.
are their demeanors? How are they acting?
They were over at the bar while you guys were talking, and they were just having a late lunch. It looked like they were kind of rushing out to get back on patrol. They look maybe a bit tired.
Okay. Understandable that they might be feeling overworked. Everyone else in the city is at this point. Well, should we get our shopping going then?
Yeah, Reagan, if you need to
Shop.
make any requests that take a minute, feel free to split off. But otherwise, I think the Jigari River supply up north is our next destination.
All
Please
right.
lead the way.
I'll see what they have in the
activate-
stores.
Whoa.
I've made my list.
All right, so the party heads up north to the Jigari River supply, which is up here.
Over
It's at the very north side of tip of the docks.
Oh, the fish.
I just googled a random fish.
Hello, Mr. Fish.
Yeah, they've got tons of random stuff for fishermen and various water sporting needs. Just trying to be careful about how I said that. In the weapons category, they've got combat grapnel, striking +1 striking trident. They've got some algae bombs, a +1 striking gill hook, a fighter's fork, a bunch of javelins, diving suits, fishing tackle, waterproof journals, bottled air bladder, grappling gun, grappling hook, wrist grappler, net launcher, underwater weapon rune, a couple of those, waterproof firearm case, depth charges, buoyancy vests, familiar satchels, snare kits, 1 perfect droplet, diver's gloves, swim fins, rope, lesser rope of climbing, and a lesser anything or any length rope, some cages, some oars, repair tool kits, flint and steel, and a couple pair of deep breath decks, cantrip decks. They sort of one-use cantrips. Some flare beacons, Fulu of fire suppression to protect ships from fire, 12 potions of water breathing, a bunch of waterproofing wax for items, grappling bolts, grappling arrows, spring-loaded net launchers, depth charges, marking snares, alarm snares, effervescent ampules, and feather tokens of the bird, fan, and puddle variety. I believe bird is a messenger, fan moves a vessel, I don't remember what puddle does. Turns into fresh water. Potions of swimming, dragon turtle scale, sea touch elixir, and then some scrolls and wands of air bubble, buoyant, bubbles, water breathing, waterproof, and feet to fins, and water walk, and hydraulic push. They also have some sturdy satchels, and they have some deeds for rafts and rowboats. Yeah. I don't know. I started doing it, and then I guess I was committed to it, so.
Hey, you just went for it.
Do you guys already know what you want to buy?
Yes.
I can delete it from my... I'm getting the scrolls, so I'm gonna grab... Scroll of water breathing. Water breathing right too. And then... Buoyant bubbles, rank 1. And... Wait, did I want the... Yeah, and the rank 3 I wanted. For water breathing. I have to look at my list again. And my water walk. Oh, there's a rank 4. I don't need that.
Yeah, so I forgot to say, but I did in fact draw the card before the stream started. Today's card is the Silent Hag. Ooh. She's missing eyes. Just kidding. She's got an eye on her hand. Oh no. Anything else you're grabbing?
That is what I'm
All right. Tully, what are you getting?
Oh, lots of stuff. So, picking up one of them fighter's forks, a grappling gun, a wrist grappler, a net launcher with some nets, 5 of them. We'll pick up some diver's gloves so that we can get those for Regan. Did you already get those, Regan?
Nope.
Then I'm gonna get those and pass those along to Regan. Maybe I don't know how to trade people. I don't know how trade works.
It's complicated.
It used to just be drag. Why does it?
I did.
Why has it
It
changed?
let's just drag. So now I'm just like,
I wonder if I have to change some setting and.
you know what? I'm gonna do
Boundary
this.
somewhere.
I'm going to put it into the stash, and you can get it out of the stash. Anyway.
Sorry, did you finish all of the things that you were buying? Set that
Getting
you're
some
buying?
swim fins, a perfect droplet, a potion of water breathing, some dragon turtle scales, and a deed to a rowboat. And that is it.
All right, Mr. Felix.
I'm gonna pick up an oar to go to that rowboat. Since they don't come with an oar, it seems like a
Oh yes,
it's completely a ripoff. Like you get the thing and you have to buy all the accessories individually. It's a racket. I having run businesses that are rackets, I can know one when I see it.
They were at least kind enough once you buy the 2 oars and the rowboat to give you an anchor. For the boat.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Like I guess there's some kind of package deal going on here. But yeah, 2 oars. I will pick up a extra water breathing potion just in case. I already have the 2, but I'm gonna grab a 3rd just to have, as well as a potion of swimming to increase my swim speed for a short burst of time. And I think my own set of swim fins, unless you grabbed one for everybody.
Oh, there's 2 in the stash for
cool.
you and for.
Then I think that's all the things I need.
All right. Anything else? Has Regan got all the spells that she requires?
Yes, all the ones that I saw here. But I have a short list if I can't find them that I will order.
All right.
Yes.
What are they?
Time Pocket, Rouse Skeletons, Water Walk, and Pest Form. Should be a total of 76 gold.
Pest form, they have at the school supply already ready, so you can just buy that. You can just pay for that right away. I didn't put it in there, but I can. Where is it? School. Let me go add it to the school supply. What did I just say? Oh, they do already have pest form in the school.
Whoops, that's not right.
I did already add it. I added it some time ago. The others you'll have to order, but you can get those by tomorrow. So I'll just put them in here, and then what were they? It was Time Pocket.
Well, I don't need Water Walk rank 2. What did I have? I think I had Water Walk rank 3 that I wanted.
You just have to learn it at the lowest level possible, and then you can put it into any spell slot that you want.
Yes. But
if you were wanting
it, in case I
you wanted
failed.
a rank 3 scroll. Okay.
Yeah. This is now.
Sorry. Okay, so it was Time Pocket was one of them.
Yeah, Time Pocket, Rouse Skeletons, and Water Walk 3.
And Water Walk. Rank 3. Yep, they should be able to get you all of those in the morning. They're at the bottom of the scrolls list in the Academy School Supply. Over here.
Let's grab them. So the money is gone. Goodbye, money.
It goes so
Nice.
fast.
Any other preparations that you guys wish to do today? I assume Regan's going to do some spell learning in a sec, but
Yes.
anything that Mayhem or Felix you wish to do in preparation?
I think this perfect droplet should go onto Regan's armor. So at some point I would encourage Regan to get that affixed, if I don't do it myself. Just takes 10 minutes to affix to your armor, and I can affix it to your staff if you prefer instead, but the extra resistance seems useful.
Spout.
What does it do? Oh, it's a spell heart. Yes.
Yes.
On armor, it gives you resistance to water effects. On a weapon, it gives you a water spell.
I'll probably put on the armor. Well, not armor. My little.
And it gives you water spell
Spoils.
regardless, from my understanding, but you get an extra
Oh,
bonus
sorry,
to
yes.
your water spell when you cast it, if it's affixed to your weapon. But
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise it gives you the spout cantrip.
Okay.
and if we're underwater, having some resistance to water seems useful.
Yeah.
But since it is arcane and primal only, otherwise I would have offered it to Felix. Alas.
No occult.
What? Our water-phobic cat. Will be better protected.
Are the spacious pouches we have waterproof? Do we have any concern about the things that are in there being exposed to water?
I don't know if Spacious Pouch is waterproof on its own.
Just starts filling up with water.
I was gonna say, can I just
Like, I have bread in there. It gets soaked.
I have bread in it.
Yeah, it could be ruptured, it can be ruined. Yeah, I think it is not waterproof.
So if you open it underwater, does it automatically fill with the water around it?
Yes.
Oh dear.
If you leave it closed underwater, does water seep in?
Yes, I would say it would slowly seep in.
Okay, so we're leaving this at home.
Without any additional waterproofing
I was gonna
measures.
say, we're gonna have to do something about that, because leaving that at home is not going to fly. How? I know this is a spell catalyst, but there is waterproofing wax available for purchase. Is that something that we can apply to the bags?
Yeah.
Okay. I would pick some of that up. I will pick some of that up.
Okay. It's spendy. It's 10 gold per light bulk, but I don't know how far light bulk goes.
Yeah, you can totally you can use the waterproofing wax to fill in any gaps in the lining and make sure that it's fully waterproof when closed.
Doesn't solve the opening problem, but I guess don't open the bag.
Don't open the bag. Yeah. Well, if we can't open the bag, though, then what's the point of bringing it down underwater?
That's a fair point. Like, I can't. I think that maybe I'm just gonna end up leaving mine at home.
I'll just have to shove everything into my backpack instead. Again.
I will point to the sturdy satchels in the Jagari River supply, which are waterproof.
But do they solve the problem of you reach into the bag and it fills with water?
Well, they're not.
No, that does not.
Well,
that doesn't solve that problem either.
Again, we are back to problem one.
Like,
Yes,
I
if
get to
you-
use my regular backpack. They're gonna get the moment I open it, it's still gonna get soaked. So
Yeah. All my scrolls, which is
I
really
guess
what's
I'll-
in my backpacks.
I'll put sacks in here.
it is hypothetically possible that there's some areas underwater that have managed to retain some air. I don't know if we want to bet on that at all.
Like for myself, it's just not worth it to bring it because it is 99% scrolls that are in my bag.
Well, it's more
They're
that
gonna
if we
use
need those
slips.
scrolls, is leaving them behind going to be a problem? But
I'm gonna be trying to learn.
You can leave
Most
stuff
of them.
on your rowboat as well.
And I can leave what's his name behind? My little dragon.
Janko,
Yeah, Majenko to bite anybody who comes near the boat.
that might be the best way to do it. Is just to have it on the ship.
So I don't know if he's that great underwater, so I'll probably just leave him on the boat. So if we have anything, he can kind of try and watch it with his tiny little claws.
Yeah,
It's
you
very
should be able to
scary.
deter most things that would try to interfere.
Like seagulls. We come back to just dead seagulls, and he's like, "I've done a great job." It's like, "Oh, good job,
I'm
buddy."
the best.
Can Majenko communicate with you via message? Just like you communicate with others?
I think so, as long as I'm within the range of message.
Regan would have to cast the message, but yeah.
Yeah. Which I can do. As far as the range of the message. 500 feet. I think I can cast message. Do you need line of sight?
Line of sight's a weird thing with spells. You do usually need line of sight. If you don't have line of sight, but you know where they are, it's usually a flat check. Is how I run it.
Because I know there are very few spells that do call out that you don't need to line of sight, and they mostly have to do with your familiars. This isn't specifically a familiar thing, so you probably need to at least know where they are.
Yeah, I would allow it with basically just a flat check to, like a pretty basic one. As long as you know roughly where you are and know roughly where he is, it's not that bad. It's like a DC 5.
He's not picking up my calls.
Okay. Anything else?
Not
I think I'm set for now.
me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then, Regan, I guess you get back to the dorm that night to do some studying.
Yeah, some learning. Woo!
Then let me know which spells you're doing, and I can tell you the DCs.
Doing a whole bunch of them.
We'll do them by rank. That
Yes,
way
let me
it's
order them.
easier.
By rank. Because only this section. Alright, I have 3 rank 1s. So starting with pest form.
Okay, learn a spell. Rank 1 DC is 15.
It's Arcana.
It is Arcana, yes. And it's 2 gold to learn. It could be half on critical success.
Nice. Here we roll. 19.
19. That is a success. Sorry, let me get the thing back onto the map view. Okay. 19 is a success, so 2 gold, and you learn the spell.
I'm just going to write this down as we go. And then next. Buoyant Bubbles, rank 1.
Alright.
23.
That is another success, so 2 gold. And you learn Buoyant Bubbles.
Buoyant Bubbles. And then Air Bubble, just for fun. That's also rank 1. That is a 27.
That is a critical success, so only 1 gold to learn.
Whee! And then we're on to the rank 2s. So we have water
Alright.
breathing, rank 2.
So these are 6 gold and DC 18.
Try our best. Oh, a natural 20 for 33.
That is a
Nice.
critical success, so only 3 gold spent.
This was water. Right. Next. That was water breathing. What did I say? I said breathing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote it down on here.
What were the first spells that you've already learned? I'm adding them to your...
Pest form,
spell.
buoyant bubbles, and air bubble.
Oh, those are the other ones that are left to go?
Those are 3 that I learned.
Oh, you
and
already
then
learned.
plus
Fine. All
Water
right.
breathing. Yeah.
That's what I'm okay.
Now we're on to water walk, which is rank 2. It's 18.
Water Walk, let's go.
25.
25 is a success, but not a crit, so 6 gold.
walk. Alright. Now we have the ones that aren't too terrible if I fail. So we have Time Pocket, rank 3.
DC 20, 16 gold.
Good luck. Oh man, 31.
31 is a success. Sorry, that's a crit. On a DC 20, yeah, that's a crit.
8 gold.
So 8 gold. And you learn Time Pocket. Surprisingly simple for you. You get it
So
very quickly.
easy. I have Rouse Skeletons, which will be not useful underwater, but I want it rank 3. Give me those skeletons. 26.
26, success. So 16 gold.
16. Is that all I wanted for now? 3. We learned our water walk, so this is our emergency scroll. We learned water breathing, so that was our emergency. Alright, I think that is all for preparation for this. To learn.
Alright. Cool. And that time-wise, you have a thing that reduces the time to learn, right?
Yes, I do. It is somewhere. Spellbook Prodigy? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Learn a spell half the time it normally takes. When you roll a critical fail, you just fail instead. When you roll a failure, you can try again after 1 week.
Okay, so it's halftime, so for the 2s, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 hours for the 2s, which gets halved down to 30. No, that is 4 hours for the 2s. And then you learned how many 3s? 3?
3 threes. 1, 2,
so
3. Yes, 3 threes.
1, 2, 3 plus another half. So it's like 8.5 hours, I think.
Alright, so
Total?
it's like all my downtime.
Yeah, so that'll be like through the night. So from like 5 p.m., 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, you're up until like 1 a.m. Furiously studying, copying as many spells as you can.
Successful day.
We're reading up about underwater magics. Cool.
I have to prepare all this stuff.
And yeah, then it's time for you to figure out what your spell prep is for the day. While that's going on.
Good. That'll take me a sec.
Yeah. Mayhem, Felix, what do you do with the rest of your day while Regan is off studying?
Felix would go through and do a little bit of work waterproofing. I don't think I'm going to take the fancy satchel I have, but I have the older backpack I used to carry around, and so I'll load that up for this adventure with the things that I'm okay getting a bit wet.
Okay.
Who themselves would survive the process. And definitely get a hold of things like clothing that is like more meant for diving into water. I don't think my fine jacket will take a dip in the bay. It will never be the same afterwards.
It's probably not a good idea now.
But yeah, I think it's how Felix would sort of spend the afternoon to evening.
Okay.
Getting that prep work done.
Oh, remember too that you can apply the waterproofing wax to specific items to protect them from water damage. If you had specific things that you're like, that's a little too dangerous, but I would like to have that.
Understood. I think if I understand correctly, like potions are fine to take underwater, presuming you don't unstopper them unless you intend to.
Yeah, you
consume
probably
them.
want to unstopper and quickly get it into the mouth. Slurp.
And things that are very obviously not affected by water, like a piece of chalk or a wand, are perfectly fine. But scrolls are problematic because water. So I'm not taking any of those with me. But I am making sure to bring things like the swim fins I just got, and definitely plenty of rope.
Okay. So yeah, you spend you're like basically spending your time upstairs in the script and scrimshaw, waterproofing and setting things aside and doing your planning. Mayhem, what are you up to?
Much the same, though, back at home. Packing through all of the things that he's purchased and trying to get as much of it to fit into his regular satchel as he can, rather than the more fancy and more water holding spacious pouch that he has. So he's just been kind of choosing which options he's going to cram in there. Plus, some of the stuff he got is not necessarily for going underwater with, and he's messing around with attaching the grappling gun, the wrist grappler, net launcher, stuff like that to his Mayhem outfit. He won't
Playing
be using
around
it
with some,
tonight, but
playing around with some Mayhem toys.
yes, new gadgets.
I'm really
You got really excited with the opportunity to buy toys for going underwater. A net gun and nets and a harpoon.
Yes. Specifically,
I was good.
like, well, I need a weapon that will work well underwater. Let's get something to stab with. Perfect.
All right. So, things seem to go okay for the rest of the evening then. Let's see. At some point in the middle of the night, Felix, you're having a somewhat normal dream. You're hanging out at the bar, serving meals to your friends, having conversation. You're not sure really about what. But then something weird starts to happen. People around you start to drip blood. Like, at first you just notice, you're talking to Tully, he's like leaning on the bar, and you notice something from his fingertip drops onto the bar counter. You look down, oh, that's a splotch of blood. You look up at his hand, and his hand is bloodied. And he doesn't seem to notice. And you look around and you see everyone's got bloodied hands. And not just hands, there's blood dripping down from their mouths, from their eyes, from their ears. And then they all just suddenly fall dead.
Stand there a bit horrified. Like, I look at my own hands. Am I bleeding? Is this happening to literally like everyone and myself?
You flip your hands over and you see there is a bit of blood starting to form in the center of your palm, but something warm like presses into your hand, almost like a handshake. And that blood like presses itself back into your palm, and you feel this like gentle warmth of someone. It reminds you, for the briefest moment of your mother, as you like look up. Your mother is probably long past by this point, but you get this just like slight flash of a woman's face. That it's a Varisian woman. She seems older, refined, beautiful, and yeah, a lot like your mother. She releases your hand and then kind of fades away into nothingness, and you feel that warmth in your hands start to go like through your arms and up the back of your neck, and you suddenly feel really hot. Something sharp, something extremely warm. And then you wake up. It's the middle of the night. You're in your bed. You still feel that hot sensation on the back of your neck. What do you do?
I'd just kind of be confused for a minute. Look around the room and see if there's anyone or anything that I can see or maybe even sense. I'm not the strongest spellcaster, but like this feels like something otherworldly that maybe sort of invaded my dreams. And I would look for some kind of explanation.
Yeah, you look around and you don't see anything of note. There's some moonlight drifting in through the window. There's you left the window open last night because it was a bit warm in your room. And there's like a very slight breeze, but not a soul. You still feel that warmth on the back of your neck.
Can I reach back there? Is there anything? Does my hand come away bloody?
No, but you feel back where it is, and you remember suddenly that's around where your birthmark is. Since birth you've had like many Verisians do, small birthmarks in various runic shapes. Many Verisians get them tattooed on, but you like many have just kind of a natural one that's formed at the back of your neck. But you feel like it's coming from around that spot.
Okay.
But no blood when you look back at your hand.
The dream was unsettling, but the feeling itself doesn't really seem to be like. If anything, it's actually sort of reassuring in face of what was a really terrible nightmare.
Yeah, as you think that, you feel the warmth or like that intense heat start to die down. And you realize suddenly that you've been sweating.
I'll go stand next to the window for a moment and let the cool air do what it can, and maybe look over some of the other birthmarks I might have and see if they are changed in any way.
Yeah, you look over your arms. Seems fine. You realize that the window is reflective enough. You could get a look at your neck.
Yeah, I'd go for it. What do I see?
You put your back to the mirror and kind of turn back to look. You see there along the back of your neck, your birthmark rune. It had been no more than kind of a simple line for all of your life, but now it's kind of stretched a bit and formed into like a slight hook sort of shape, and it's giving off just like a faint violet glow.
That it would be startling a bit that it's changed suddenly. Do I know enough about runes to know what that shape itself might mean?
That would be potentially an occultism check, unless you had like Verisian lore or something similar.
No Verisian lore, so occultism it is.
Okay. Okay. It looks like a magical rune, and it looks like maybe old Verisian in nature, but you can't quite remember what that rune was. You're certain that your mother showed you what this rune meant. Like it's a word. It's got to be a word, And you're certain also that it's like a magical rune of some sort. But exactly what it is, you can't remember. And while you're thinking about it, the bright the glow on the rune starts to die, and it kind of fades back into a dull purple.
Would this be something that Zalara would know about?
You could ask.
Magics. I would. I think I would at that point I would take out the Harrow deck and ask if she has a moment for a conversation.
Yes, of course. She forms in front of you, floating there, slightly translucent in the moonlight.
This will probably be an odd question, but I just had the weirdest dream. In it, I saw everyone gathered in the bar having a good time, only to begin seeing people drip blood from their hands, from their mouth, and even drop dead from the result. But when I began to look at myself, that process seemed to be halted by some force.
She floats a bit closer to you. This is much like the reading. Something must be protecting you.
I think someone, because I saw a vision of my mother, who was providing, I think, some degree of protection. And when I woke, I felt a weird form of warmth that seems to come from an old birthmark I have on my back. And Felix would turn to show it to Zalara.
That is the old Varisian word for love.
That is reassuring, and also not the shape that it had the last time I looked.
That is... well, it is not uncommon for those of us born with arcane tattoos to have them change over the course of our lifetime. Perhaps your blood senses whatever current plight is nearing and has decided to act on its own. I can't imagine that it's harmful.
Definitely has a sense for the theatric.
The blood of the ancestors often does, she says with a slight smile. We dead cannot help but try to influence the living where we can. It's possible that your mother is watching over you from beyond, though I don't sense the presence of anyone else. And she's kind of looking around the room. But perhaps it is not something that I can sense. As for the rest of your vision, I worry that it is yet another portent of things to come. You would do well to exercise caution, she says, as she's beginning to fade.
Oh, I definitely will take care. Thank you for the reassurance.
You're welcome.
Feel a little better knowing that my mother is out there looking after me in some small way.
right, and with that, the room goes silent.
Glance once more out into the night. What I presume is this quiet Corvosa. Try to go back to bed.
All right. You're able to sleep just fine. No more bad dreams. And the world awakes. What do you guys do?
I'm doing math.
Are we at day 7 yet? Can I finally
I should have checked. I meant to check last time. I think it has been 7 days.
I really don't recall for certain. I'm going to go take a look now.
Okay. I could probably tell you which episode it was that you died. This is the real benefit of doing recorded sessions.
Yeah.
Is remembering what the hell happened. I could have written it down as notes, but which one did you die in?
It was the episode that's called The Sudden Death, I imagine.
Oh, yes, it was the sudden death.
So let's see. That was date...
It's been...
Should just be able to check what day it is in the bottom.
Celestial 15th?
Yeah, and it is the 23rd, so you have 2 days left.
Oh,
Wait, sorry. Oh, no, 15th. Oh, no. Sorry, I can't count. That was yesterday. So, yes, it has been exactly 7 days.
Yay! Finally waking up and not feeling completely utter shit. Still, not feeling amazing, but...
Oh, yeah, I guess you were rezzed on the 16th, so yeah, today would be the day, so yeah.
Okay, perfect. All good?
It's technically I'm not over here.
Now we're all ready to go try and get ourselves killed in a different way.
Yeah! Just drowning this time. Exciting.
Let's try not to.
All right, well, who's up first? I'll say it's Mayhem. You're up first. Good morning.
I'm packing all of my things up into my backpack, and then we are going to make our way to the Script and Scrimshaw.
All right. With all your extra packing, you're like too late to. Lizzie has already gone off.
Yeah, I still slept in a little bit because I was still feeling pretty tuckered, all things considered. So she's already gotten to work before me, but that's all right. So I will make my way up there, unless we decided to meet someplace else, which I don't think we did. So.
All right. Regan.
Oh, I'm just putting stuff into my little dorm box for safety. I'm nervous to put my whole backpack in here. I'm gonna delete all the items.
It should be fine.
How are we gonna do it?
You can take a screenshot of your inventory, but
It didn't. Oh, it just moved to the backpack. So now I'm super encumbered.
oh, geez. Okay.
I'll just bring it back. Oh dear.
What you can do is you can just set the entire backpack to dropped. And then you don't have to remove it from your inventory. You can just leave it in your inventory. Just don't take anything out of it.
Oh, yeah. I just have to put everything back in.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, it's so heavy. All of these scrolls. I can't believe it. But yeah, she's pretty much going to pack the stuff away that she doesn't either want to lose or get waterlogged, and then she will cast her wand. Oh, what happened here? Oh, I'm clumsy. That'll go away soon.
It'll go away once you once you
What
finish
happened to
packing.
my AC? But yeah, she's gonna probably make her way to the scripting scrimshaw unless she's told different.
All right. That leaves Felix.
I think after the night's dreamful adventures had come downstairs, maybe a bit earlier than normal. Prepare breakfast for everyone and gather what's going to be my water adventure gear, which is a much cut down version of the stuff I normally carry out into the world.
All right, so you two are, once you're done making the breakfasts and you got them set out for the others once they arrive, you get to hang out in the back. And actually, while you're doing that, a visitor shows up. A knock at the door.
Please come in.
It is Tace, Grau's sister from yesterday. Well, and the day before.
Oh, Tace, it's wonderful to see you.
Yes, I was hoping I could start today, if that's okay.
Of course. How is Brianna doing?
Oh, she's doing so much better, thank you. She's still a little bit weak, and, she's still been a tiny bit itchy, but so far, so good. The boys seem like they're okay as well. So I figured that it was probably safe to leave them with each other for the time being.
Corvosa itself had probably best be afraid of the trouble those boys could get into. But you're welcome to stay as long as you feel that you want to work today. And just get to know the script and Scrimshaw.
Yes, I thought I might as well get started as soon as possible. I really do want to repay you for all the work that you and your friends have done for me.
You're more than welcome. And I'm sure that as you get to know the kitchen and the script in Scrimshaw, you'll find plenty of both interesting dishes to make and opportunities to improve it. I swear that I'm only here every third day or so, and it's truly the work of Lizzie and Shields from Flame who keeps this place together.
And mentioning Lizzie, she'll... oh, is she the new cook?
Indeed. Lizzie, please meet
Tace.
Tace, our new chef.
Pleased to meet you, Tace will say with like a slight bow. Oh wow, you're so pretty. Come here, I'll show you to the kitchen. And she immediately gets to like showing Tace where everything is, and you basically don't have to worry about getting her acclimated because Lizzie will do that for you.
I'm glad that they're off running the show better than I can. Was kind of perpetually distracted.
All right, and it's not too long before the others show up, and we'll say everybody gets there, around 9.
Sure. Bright and early. First sleeping in. How's everything doing here? Everybody all set and ready for a day of adventure?
I think I've almost got all of my stuff back in the variety bags. It's going well.
I'm sure we'll all manage to do okay on the water, but it's definitely a little nervous of our first adventure under the sea, even if it's only the bay.
So yeah, Tace is off cooking in the back. Lizzie is cleaning off the tables from last night. Shields from Flame is just chilling at her usual stool by the door. Door opens and an elderly gentleman. Oh, are you open?
Oh, please come on in.
Oh, good. He keeps clearing his throat.
Oh. These sick people.
He makes his way down to a table and takes a seat. Oh, Lizzie will walk over towards him. Good morning, sir. Might I take your order? Yes. I'll have, kind of scratches his arm a little bit.
After getting a couple of hints that this old man may not be well, I'll
great.
kind of walk over and ask the gentleman, "Excuse me, sir, are you feeling okay this morning?"
I've got a little bit of something stuck in my throat and a little bit itchy this morning, but it's just a regular day for me.
Can I do, knowing what I know about the plague that is running around the city, do a check of this person's health?
Sure. The medicine check?
Sure. Totally not trained on that one. Come on. See what I figured out.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got it.
Unfortunately, the cough that you have, I think, might be a symptom of a disease that's currently spreading around the city. Could I help you get to one of the locations where the guards are helping to tend to those with these symptoms?
Oh, what? He looks a bit dazed. Like he doesn't quite understand what you're saying.
I'm gonna pull out one of the anti-plagues that I purchased previously and hand it to Felix. If I can. Just one.
Thank
Not
you.
of Kings, but I would, in theory.
I believe you. The mechanics of using Foundry to do it are just beyond us.
Why has this changed?
Yeah.
Where? I'm gonna go find it. Where is it?
The stash for now.
It's a workbench. 2E workbench.
I know where.
Where's the
I now
tray?
know how to use the stash.
Yes.
But you should be able to
Go
just
that way.
drag and drop.
Yeah, it did give me it gave me a different pop this time than last time. It just still said no. It at least asked me if I want to transfer some or all. I was like, one.
Anyway, I'll reiterate to the man. I'm sorry, sir, but you seem to be.
Aha! I've enabled it.
Yay!
I don't know how it got disabled, but I think that should work now.
Updates. Updates will do that.
You really do seem to have some of the symptoms of a disease that's been running through the city.
Whoa! I'm sure I'll get better in a few days. It's fine.
No, here I really I would like to offer you this this potion that will help lessen some of your symptoms, and the city guard have been preparing to help treat the symptoms of this disease, but we need to get you there so that you can get better. And I'll gesture to shields from flame. As
I'll take care of this, boss.
Thank you.
Come on, sir.
Lizzie, do you mind grabbing a cup of coffee or something for him to go?
Oh, sure. And she'll run off to make something real quick.
Something simple.
As Shields from Flame escorts the old man outside.
Actually, I have a number of these, and I wanted to pass them out to a couple people. Do you have an anti-plague, Regan?
No, but I do have a DM question.
Yeah.
How reasonable is it to, when going into the water, use electric attacks? Will that hurt everyone around me?
No, it will not hurt everyone around you. You can
Okay,
you
good.
can focus it.
Just oops.
Let me double check, but I don't think that's a caveat of underwater combat.
seems to just say like metal armor is affected by some of these, but I just wanted to be sure that I wasn't about to be like, oh, I use an electric attack. You're like, you just kill everyone.
Yeah, nothing specific. They might be a bit stronger underwater. But
Okay.
assuming you're casting a spell and not just dropping a power line into the water, then
Yeah. Okay.
Is that an option? Can we do that?
I don't think
those
that's
don't
a-
exist. So
Yeah.
We listen to each other's hearts.
different power line.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay,
a
so yeah.
sonic attack.
Liz D manages to get something, and she brings it over to the old man. Oh, well, thank you, young woman, and he'll take the drink, and Shields from Flame will kindly escort him away.
If I remember correctly,
I
at the
think
end of the
it's gonna
last
be
episode,
like two.
I said I wanted to go get some medical supplies. How did that go?
Oh, yeah. What kind of medical supplies were you looking for? Just
I'm thinking the basics to have around a business where you are operating in the midst of a unknown illness. So face masks, hand sanitizer.
Roll.
Oh, right.
If you get a 4, you have supplies, and if you don't have supplies. There you go. 25% chance.
Yeah, sure. Give me a D20.
Okay. Like I would consider it amazing if we could get things like anti-plague potions to have for Liz D and Shields from Flame, but
Look, if we can find toilet paper,
if
I'll
I
be
can,
shocked.
yeah, right now just masks and hand and like ethanol would be great.
You know, ethanol actually may not be a hard thing to find. We just would need to find alcohol producers, basically.
I mean, I actually have alcohol lore. I think that's a thing I could work on.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as alcohol, you could get alcohol. That is just the usual.
We
For
got
that,
booze.
it's a copper for each dose of alcohol. And I mean you have normal alcohol at the bar. The pure ethanol, you could probably get some stuff that approximates it. But if you had been going around yesterday to do that search, every pharmacy and alchemist that you went to, or herbalist, they were all out of every kind of anti-plague. Yeah, no anti-plagues, no. You could buy regular med kits. Those have some small amounts of things in them, but to treat disease with. And that kind of face mask, you could probably get about 6 of those, of the basic face mask.
I would just have to hope the what pure alcohol I have around can work for like cleaning hands, and I would pass out the masks to Liz D and Shields from Flame and now Chase, so that as they're sitting here working in the bar, they have as much passive protection as they can.
Okay, I'm just putting a little store inside your store. So those basic face masks, alcohol, that just exists. You can, at least right now, you can find lots of it around. What was the other thing we said? Oh, I didn't said you couldn't really find any anti-plagues, that sort of thing. But you
No
find medical.
anti-plagues. But med
Is it called medicine
Med kits we
kit?
could find.
No, healers.
Healers. Yeah.
Healers toolkit. There we go. Toolkit. You can find regular and you can find expanded. So there's 5 regulars you're able to find and the 1 expanded you're able to find. So if you want to buy the... let me turn this into a merchant instead. Alright. If you wish to buy some of those, you can.
Yep, I would buy them and store them in the script in Scrimshaw for everyone to feel free to use as they feel are necessary. As I press buttons and talk at the same time. But yeah, encouraging Lizzie and especially Shields from Flame, who works with the public a great deal more, to like sanitize their hands often, and to wear a face mask whenever possible.
Do we have any idea about transmission of this plague? Okay.
No. At least not you. I don't think you've done any kind of determination of that.
All right.
Regan, like this would sort of be more your area. Do you have any? Have you made any inroads to understanding this disease?
Well, I haven't done extra research, and I haven't really seen people get sick directly or know what they've been doing. But I am curious to see. That's what I was asking. Like, where were you when you, like, in the last few days, to see if anyone was in, like, one particular area or place? Because if it's stemming from one place, then we can figure out more information. But right now, I have no idea how this is being spread and how it's being spread so quickly. Maybe it's airborne.
I will pass Lizzie and Shields from Flame a anti-plague each. If they're feeling poorly.
I don't know if you're able to give it to them. If not, I will do it.
I'm not. I'm just going to take it out of my inventory.
Oh, I'll don't do that. I'll just remove it. I'll do the transfer myself.
Then I will let you do that. I tried to cast the Lizzie and it wouldn't let me, so...
It'll let me do it, because they're NPCs. Okay, so there's just 1 anti-plague each, is that what you said?
Yeah, I've only got so many, so I'm just kind of doling them out as I've got them, but I know that we've come into contact, well, some of us more recently than others, so...
Okay. And Felix, you said, did you buy stuff and then put it in the script and Scrimshaw? Is that what's going on?
Correct. It all went directly into the script and Scrimshaw storage.
Okay. So sure. Yeah, what do you tell them to do? Because Lizzie is a teenager and Shields from Flame doesn't know anything about diseases and how they spread.
I think those things that I mentioned, I asked that they wear a mask when working, and like to wear a fresh mask every day and sanitize the one that they take off. They sanitize it by first exposing it to alcohol to soak it and then allowing it to dry. I don't know that we have the technology for anything better.
Yeah, probably not at the moment.
And if they do begin to feel sick in any way, to stay home, to treat themselves with the healer's toolkits that I've given access to. I don't know, like, Tully, do you make a point of like handing out the anti-plague potions while I'm busy giving this speech about healthcare?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, just in terms of timing, just to make sure that...
Should I drink this now, Dad? Or...
Are you feeling under the weather at all?
I don't think so.
If you start finding yourself, coughing and with a rash that's itching at all?
Yeah, scratching.
If you notice yourself doing any of that, start down that immediately and try to get yourself someplace back home, ideally.
You guys seem pretty worried about this. Is it not just a rash? Shields from Flame looks a bit confused.
It can escalate really quickly. Tace's kid was very close to death, and we're seeing more and more cases spread throughout the city.
Tully's not entirely sure how to explain that he had a harrow reading tell him that sickness was coming. Things are happening in the city that are making me nervous, and I think it's best to be prepared, just in case. So, if nothing happens, we have spare, but I'd rather you not get ill.
Oh, all right, I'll do my best then.
And same goes for you, Shields from Flame. Please don't suffer too terribly, especially if you find yourself getting sick at all. Just, I assume it's okay to find a room here, Felix, for them to relax in, to stay safe and secure. Okay.
Yeah. Ideally, if you're not feeling well, get home, stay home. But if you do need a room in the inn, it's more than available to you.
All right, if you say so, boss.
And you're probably going to get other people coming in here showing symptoms. The things to look for are a rash with obvious signs of scratching, a cough that is kind of insistent, that does not go away, that eventually progresses to a fever, and at that point they probably won't be making it into the bar. But if you see people showing those symptoms, do as we did for the old man and try to see them out.
All right, I'll do my best.
Indeed. And like the person yesterday, sometimes they're not going to want to go, so don't hesitate to show them the door one way or the other. But try the kind way if possible.
Shields from Flame nods and grabs her Earthbreaker. And goes out to stand outside by the door. Lizzie will scurry off.
Did we miss anything, Regan? I know that you're more knowledgeable about these sorts of things. Are there better ways we can prevent plague spread than cleanliness and quarantine?
We should make a poster. An information poster.
Oh.
Saying, if you have cough, itchiness, this and that, don't come in here, and put that on your door.
We could do that.
People will surely like that.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure they'll read it as well as any of the other signs I put up.
You should put them all around town. Nope, that would alarm everybody. You should probably just have one for your door. You don't have to. That's just my suggestion.
Saves me some explaining, Shields from Flame says from the door.
If they read it.
Well, I'll make them read it.
Read this.
Just puts the face into the door. What does this say? Why are you coughing?
I don't know.
I never learned to read.
It's like, oh, my bad. I'll read it for you. Now you know what it says. Get out. Yeah, make a little sign.
I think we're about to get out the door, but I'll definitely pass the suggestion to Lizzie if they have a free moment today to make up a
arts
sign.
and crafts.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fun. Oh, I think there was still some writing supplies up in that room. And she'll go up to Frinia's former room.
Are the
And get started on
infographics
that.
challenging? You have to, it's how do you convey this without words or with a minimal of words?
It'll be
Minimum of
such a
words.
polite poster.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, please, smiley face, don't come in if you're sick, frowny face. Like,
We'll storm
Aw.
cloud.
All right. Well, anything else you'd like to do here?
I'm not looking forward to this journey out into the river, but
Nothing
I feel
will
like
go
I know
wrong.
what's next.
I'm not looking forward to the journey into the river. I'm not feeling great about the things we're leaving behind. Carvos
I
is
psyched myself up all night.
freaking amazing.
I'm ready to go diving.
Did you actually sleep, Regan?
I did. A little bit. It's up till 1. It's learning a bunch of spells. Oh man, but I learned them all.
That's good. Good work.
So we can all breathe underwater. And then the rest is really just for me to not die.
All right, let's go find my rowboat.
All right.
Did you name it?
Race car,
Oh,
race
yeah.
car.
Race car, race car.
What's a
Race car.
That's a
Yes.
funny name.
Yeah.
It's a palindrome.
Oops, I failed to grab Machenko. Here we
I kept saying that about words that were not palindromes for a while.
go.
I was like, it's a palindrome. They were people would like they wouldn't like
Stop
that.
it, wait.
Like, that's not right.
All right. Well,
Oh,
you
dude.
make your way back to Jagari River Supply, over to the dock where they told you the your rowboat would be, and you see the one there, tied up just like you said. It doesn't have a name painted on it, but you could certainly paint a name on it later. There's enough room for all 3 of you.
I could call the
Yeah.
Damn It I'm Mad. That's also a palindrome.
It's a shame that palindrome isn't a palindrome.
It is a shame. That truly is a shame.
Here's the
But-
boat.
No, you only get that with onomatopoeia.
That one's a good one.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna let
all
everyone else get in the boat first.
standing there at the dock.
I will get in the boat.
Mm-hmm. Going to get into the boat. I have 1 oar. I believe Felix bought an oar as well, so we have 2.
I think I loaded them into the rowboat.
Even better.
Oh, nice, excellent.
I tried to learn how to inventory for a minute. I'm also going to keep my thieves toolkit on the rowboat because if we encounter locked things and need to open them, I am perfectly happy to go get it and do that problem and solve that problem. They're nice toolkit. It's a nice toolkit. I don't want to get it wet.
That's fair.
Well,
I have like
off
3
you go.
items on me. I have healing
Move my whole
potions.
bag over. What happens?
Healing potions, and a bottle
It
or
just
potion of
dumped
water
it all
breathing.
into my inventory. Perfect.
I left-
Yeah, like I had that fun the first time I tried to take a bag out and discovered.
Oh,
human.
yeah, if you try to remove the whole bag,
It's fine. It's all fine.
rip.
Oh yeah.
That is exactly what Reagan was dealing with a moment ago.
Took forever.
Okay, so you guys start rowing?
Yes.
Yep.
I'll sit.
Row. What is rowboat? Out of
So
We're
curiosity.
sort of relying on you Tully, to help
20
guide
feet.
us, but you definitely have
Yeah,
two willing rowers.
I'm unwilling and not rowing.
I somehow didn't get the impression that Reagan was a rower here, so.
It would be an embarrassment if you wanted me to row, but nope, I'm not even willing to try. I will not
Right.
embarrass myself on the water.
1,600 and another 1,000. So 2,600. 600 divided by 20. That's 130 actions. What is
130
that?
actions divided by 3.
Is 43 6
0.3.
seconds. So times that by 6. No, times that by
No, that's how many actions
10.
total. So that would be.
Oh, right.
It would be a third
Whatever.
of that, right?
I have my. Where's my
So
table? Where's my
rounds.
travel table? I don't want to think of that.
I was gonna say that's
travel PF2. There we go. Travel speed. For 20 feet, you can move 200 feet per minute. And you're trying to go like 1,600 feet. So 200 feet per minute is 8 minutes. It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's right. Going on the water always seems to take forever. The few times I've done it, 8 minutes for this journey is pretty nice.
I guess that is kind of like full speed. Is that right? Am I on feet per minute? 200 feet per minute? Yeah.
I'm not going to stop you.
All right, we'll call it 10 minutes. Yeah, you ride on out towards where you believe the wreck of the Direption to be. Let me set up the map here for you. It's a bit cloudy today. It's like it's threatening rain, but not quite. Is Mayhem going as Mayhem, or are you going as Tully?
Going as Tully.
Okay.
Daytime
Sure.
look.
Yeah.
Putting Tully on the boat then. And where's the rowboat? Where's the rowboat? I'll just be here in case you need to grab the items. Okay. So yeah, you ride it out into the middle of the river, where you start to see a kind of pool of debris that still hasn't quite floated away from the spot with the wreck. This flying rowboat here is just for inventory purposes.
Okay.
I'll move it up into the sky. But if you need it, it's up there.
Took me a second to realize this wasn't a top-down view.
Yeah, this is a side view. Welcome to side view map. These are still 5-foot squares. It's just all vertical, and we're looking at it from a side view. And you guys are currently in your little rowboat. The waters around here are pretty clear, but you've basically just gone up to where like the biggest cluster of like debris seems to be, which seems about right for where Tully thought he saw it last. Is Tully not fully healed?
He would have healed up a little this morning, but because he was still enfeebled, I think.
Oh, right, of course. Yes, turning PF2 into a side scroller. Exactly. All right. Well, you now have the floor. What do you do?
I fixed my inventory.
Mayhem is frantically, or
Yeah.
Tully is frantically turning items over, dropping them into the bag, pulling them out of the bag.
Grumbling. All right. I think we need to, first of all, make sure that we have an anchor in place so we don't move around too much.
Way anchor.
All right. Drop anchor. I'll just do something like that.
Ooh, there it goes. Into the depths.
Clunk.
All right.
What's some of
second
this
thing?
stuff that is like on the surface of the water? That
You see a maybe like a wooden crate that's been pretty badly waterlogged, a bunch of random like burnt pieces of wood. It's a lot of wood splinters for the most part, but yeah, there's one crate amongst those.
Kelly, unless you're dead set in getting into the water, I think I want to take a look at the crate.
Sure, you're fine. I'm actually, while you look at the crate, I'm setting up an anchor point for our rope on the ship itself. So I'm trying to find something heavy to tie us off to, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, Felix, you using your oar kind of pull the crate over towards you. And it looks like this crate, as you get it closer, you manage to kind of flip it over, and it looks like this crate's actually missing a top, and there's nothing inside.
Oh well. Did it have a label? Like, is there anything on the exterior?
Interestingly, no. There doesn't appear to be any form of label on this one.
Oh well.
There is you see a spot where like a label scroll like typically might go, or a piece of parchment might typically go. Like you can see a spot that's clearly like sun faded, like there's a rectangle that's slightly lighter color there. But there isn't one there now. There are some nails where previous papers might have been nailed to it, but it doesn't seem to have one currently.
Okay. I don't think this is going to yield anything else, so I'll let it go back into the water.
Okay, you just shove it back out. The waves or the water itself is relatively calm. I mean, for river water, it is moving.
Oh. Wait, Regan, don't you have an ability to figure out what's happened to an item?
You can figure out its emotional issues from a week ago.
Maybe this isn't the item to use it on then.
Yes. It's usually, well, you could use it on something like this, but I prefer to use it on things that people tend to own.
Okay.
I don't know how emotional this box could be, though it does look like it came off of a broken ship. Maybe you can find a mast or something.
That would probably be a good item.
Regan's just taking off some of her robes and folding them nicely in a corner, like, not gonna get you wet.
Majenko
Salt
flies
water
down
destroys
onto
colors.
Majenko flies down onto the end of the boat and kind of stands up proudly like he's a masthead.
Ooh. Yes, make sure seagulls don't eat all of our rations and our left behind things. They're vicious.
Oh, they won't dare get near me. And he
Yeah.
puffs some silver into the air.
That's right.
Majenko flexes.
Very strong.
Quite impressive.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
put on
ready to
my
Go
swim
in the
fins.
water. She does not look ready to go in the water. Her facial expression is not ready to go in the water.
You're all awkwardly looking over the edge.
Oh,
Do we need to
yeah.
cast some spells first?
Yes. All right. Here comes a spell.
So currently you just have mage or mystic armor from this
Yes.
morning.
So we have water breathing at level 3. It can hit up to 5 creatures, duration for 8 hours. We are 5 or less creatures, so that's pretty easy.
That is pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Are you casting that from a spell slot, or is that from...
That's a spell slot. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you use a level 3 spell slot,
I left
or rank 3
all of
spell
my
slot?
paper stuff at home.
Okay, I didn't know if... I couldn't remember if you picked up any of the wands.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, no, I didn't.
All right. For 1 hour...
For 8 hours.
8
so-
hours.
8 hours. Oh, 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the third.
8
Okay.
hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
For 8 hours, you can now breathe underwater. And above water, importantly.
That's
Yeah,
also
that would
takes
be
you-
real bad.
It takes you a minute to cast it, but after you're done, you all feel like as you breathe in the river, sea air, you feel slightly invigorated by it.
Alright. let me know when we're ready to dive. And
I'm going to grab the rope, or the end of the rope. I
There's a
have
little
tied 3
pouch.
lengths together, so 150 foot of rope, just to
Ooh.
give
Okay.
some extra. And have tied it off to the boat up here, so we have it kind of anchored. It's not strongly anchored, but it's anchored to the ship, or to the vessel. And I'm ready to go when we are. I'm still wearing my armor, so I imagine I'm just going to sink pretty good.
who wants to carry me?
What type of armor are you wearing?
I have half plate.
Oh, half plate. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna sink.
By all means, after you, I'll follow behind.
Wait, I
and-
have to. I don't want to swim.
Sorry,
So-
Regan, as part of this adventure.
Oh no, it's
Are you
not.
casting? Oh, are you
Yeah.
casting best form?
I'm
Okay.
pest for. I'm gonna crawl into the backpack of one of you strong swimmers. And against her better judgment, she's gonna turn into a cat, even though she's not a cat. It's like meow. So she's a little cat. Crawl and pick me up.
You said just
I'm
a small
ready.
black cat. Okay.
Yeah.
This feels strangely on the nose,
Yeah,
but yet inappropriate.
hat in a hat.
Oh yeah,
now-
who are you picking? Regan. Okay. Yeah, you climb onto
Bad choice.
Mayhem.
Mayhem is the strongest swimmer,
Well,
and I'm
I
very
mean-
confident.
Or Tully.
Good choice for that purpose.
Oh, yeah,
My back
totally.
wasn't made waterproof, unlike somebody else's. So
Okay, I know I'm gonna get wet. I can't talk in the storm though, but she's aware that she'll get wet. She's ready.
She still she climbs all the way into the bag.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have
it's
enough
my backpack. It's
bulk?
not the spacious pouch. So
Okay.
it's still
Looks like
too-
you still have enough bulk. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For a tiny
Sticks
creature,
my
it should be fine.
legs out. I peek out.
Okay.
The
One
experimental
eye.
phase isn't even there anyway.
And she's
Don't
got
get us-
10 minutes in pest form.
Yes. Get down there in 10 minutes.
You may be pest form down there, but you're probably the
I
odds
am
of you
gonna-
swimming back up are pretty good.
Yes, I do have buoyant bubbles for that. It's really getting down that I was concerned about.
Then a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Oh, sorry. Who's tied to the boat? Just Tully, or is everyone? Or
I'm currently not even tied. I've kind of wrapped.
you're just
around
holding
rope,
it.
but It's not. I'm just holding it for the most part.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm bringing
have
it down.
a lot.
into-
I'm letting Tully go first so I can follow the line down. That is
Okay.
my strategy.
Then I'm going to jump and use the armor of sinking, of being heavy, to sink.
Okay. You can move yourself.
Oh yes, I can. It's dark.
Oh,
It is
Regan,
extremely dark underwater.
Oops.
You
Forgot
start
one
sinking.
do we have any?
I
Shit!
see you can't cast spells in your pest form. Huh?
I knew I forgot. Nope, can't cast. Good luck.
Damn it!
Wait, I don't need any components to cast.
But I think you explicitly can't
I
cast
think you can, yeah, in animal form.
animal forms.
It's a polymorph question.
I even talked about how we needed light too. and
Yeah,
I just
we
like
did.
did not remember to do it.
We
As a
discussed
player.
this.
Well, 10 minutes
Uh,
will go by. Get down there.
polymorph traits.
real dark.
Unless otherwise noted, the battle form prevents you from casting spells, speaking, and using most manipulate actions that require hands. So
Yeah,
spells
that's
and speaking. It says and, so.
Meow.
Well. I can't see shit.
I'm gonna make sure before I go under the water, I have my hand on the line, so I have something to hold on to.
Luckily, Tully's going to fumble around to his bag, or not to his bag, to his belt, where he's got a number of potions currently affixed. We'll pull out one of the dark vision elixirs that he does have, and we'll unstopper that and shove it into his mouth and start chugging that, and we will use up one of those.
Okay, you, as you're pulling that out, you seem to, like, your feet land on something. that seems stable enough for the moment. And yeah, you chug that dark vision elixir.
It's like a big
Thanks.
whale.
Oh.
And as you get your dark vision, you can now see underwater. You are standing on what looks like half of a ship. You're standing on the side of the ship. The whole ship is turned sideways beneath you.
Okay. I was wondering if you had changed perspective again, but okay.
Nope. The ship is just sideways. You can see there are two mast poles here in the center and in the rear of the ship. Both appear to be broken. You don't see where those sails are. Off on ahead of you, you can see the other half of the ship is rotated 90 degrees, the vertical. And it looks like you can go inside that half of the ship from there. And otherwise, I think you can't see above the ship. You could try to go. You could swim here in this gap between. This looks like a big rock. That maybe this ship has crashed into the rock when it sank and split in half over it. It looks like you could swim into what looks like maybe the cargo hold of the ship below you. But there's also, it looks like a trap door that presumably leads down to the lower decks over here on the main deck. And it looks like there's a back room over here at the far side of the deck. Looks like there's a door to get in there. And slowly, Felix, you're swimming down.
Yes, I'm trying to keep a hand on the line that Tully has brought out before, as I cannot see anything down here.
Okay, yeah, you follow the line. Eventually, you bump into Tully.
I'm down here.
Meow.
Meow indeed.
I think we're gonna start with
I just
the
start screaming.
cargo hold since it's right here. Do we see any signs of bodies, of people?
You look around. Nope. Doesn't look like any bodies.
It's been a couple of days. They may have been washed with the river's flow, but we'll check inside. Going to pull out the fighter's fork, the trident, and then start making my way towards I guess this cargo hold hatch. It looks like
Okay.
would be on the deck.
Yeah, you swim. Give me athletics check.
Oh yes.
I'll need athletics checks from the both of you.
24.
That is a critical success, and for Felix, 21 is also a critical success. So I'll let you guys for a while you swim just fine.
Okay.
The water's not pushing against you very hard. You're able to swim down to this cargo hold door.
How secure does it look? Is it like latched closed, or is it just a swing latch open?
It looks like there's a latch on it.
Okay.
Could try to pull it up, open it if you wanted.
Is it better to do this with Regan as a cat or as a cat folk?
Do what?
I don't know what I'm going to find, basically. So if you're as a cat, you are stuck as a cat until you're not a cat anymore.
I can dismiss my cat.
While you're
Regan,
in my
you
back
can't
cat.
respond in common. To Tully's
know.
thoughts.
I I didn't realize that was Tully asking. I thought it was Will asking me.
Either way.
All right. Well, we're gonna open this hatch then.
I think Regan's out of it until they decide to rejoin.
Okay. You unlatch the hatch, open the doors, some bubbles kind of float out, and you can go inside. Sorry, I have to make those visible.
And I need dark vision.
Well, I have another potion here. Let me
Oops.
try and pass this along in the dark. Hang on.
You can't do that when we can see each other.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'll moment this manages to make its way into my hands, I will happily drink this dark vision potion.
Okay. Yeah, you certainly can.
Come prepared.
Then apply that there. All right, you can now see.
Yay!
Oh.
Excited.
Here.
Oh,
let
I'm
me-
elsewhere.
I must be in
Yes.
the wrong place.
Nope. I believe you're all. You've switched maps, so let's see.
So you have to follow us into
Activate.
the cargo hold?
Oh, hold on. There's 2 copies of you, because this map is slightly duplicated. Okay. All right. So you swim down some stairs into what looks like a very crowded cargo hold. There are crates floating all about you. Most of them seem to have floated up to the surface. There's a few pillars that used to support the roof of the deck here. They're partially broken. There's cracks in a lot of the floor. You can see where the cannonballs hit in various spots. You can see clear signs of fire all around. Give me perception checks.
Blind?
Yes, blind, please. Just from Felix and Tully, because Regan is in a bag.
Just being cozy in a bag, as you do. Despite being unfortunately soaked.
Okay. Yeah. So there's some seaweed that has grown up through the the now bottom floor wall. The ceiling here, I guess it's a relatively cramped cargo hold. It's maybe only 10 feet. So that's 10 feet left to right for you, since you're swimming vertically here. But yeah, it's a bunch of crates. What do you do? There's also some doors behind you as you come down the stairs.
I think I'd float forward and try to inspect a couple of crates, looking for the scroll that should tell me what's inside. Not popping them open, but trying to get an idea of what this cargo was. And yeah,
Okay.
making my way towards the one with the mysterious X on it.
Oh, sure. And I guess for the record, the back of the ship here, you can swim out the back, since it's cut in half.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Go ahead and swim to whichever box you're trying to get to.
Let's start over here.
Okay. You start with the nearby crates, Felix, and how are you? So, from the outside, there don't seem to be any shipping labels. From the outside, they all look like they're completely labelless, unmarked boxes.
Mysterious. Are any of them of a condition that it's fairly easy to get to the innards? I imagine a crate is traditionally nailed shut.
Yeah, most of these are nailed shut, so you wouldn't be able to open them without doing a strength check or using a crowbar or something. There's an open crate up here. that does seem to have broken in the damage that has occurred to the ship. There's a bit of rope around it, but inside, nothing. There's some broken glass around as well. They look like maybe alcohol bottles, but just a couple.
Not like a shipment of alcohol, but maybe like something someone was drinking?
Yeah, probably more like something someone was drinking. But it's just a handful. It's like 3 bottles.
Okay.
So yeah, not nearly enough for a full shipment.
I mean, given that I have alcohol lore, does this look like the crates that alcohol shows up in?
Yeah, alcohol lore.
I order alcohol. This is the thing that happens.
Yeah, easily. This type of crate is not the usual shipping type for neither bottles nor kegs. You would expect to see kegs, typically, and there is not a single keg in sight.
Weird.
Places don't tend to ship glass bottles of alcohol. That's more of like you might do a potion in that way. If you're going to get a glass bottle of alcohol, that's probably in a city and not via ship. No one's door dashing their Budweisers from
I
the
imagine-
doll.
Like that might be a collector's item, but like,
Yeah,
not the common
glass
way
is
to
expensive.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for signs of inhabitation, of death, really, bodies. My understanding is if this was a plague ship, there would have been people struck with the plague. But so far, I'm not seeing much besides some empty bottles showing somebody was alive and drinking at some point.
Yeah,
But not
but
many.
yeah, not a single body. No signs of bodies. You don't see any body parts lying around. No bloated corpses. Felix, you hear something. Or not hear. I guess you would see it. You would see a little bit of bubbles.
I'll go
Kind
investigate.
of move
the
around
bubbles.
here. A shark lunges towards you as you turn the corner of a pole. And let's get into combat.
Okay.
Actually, no, I want this
Those bay
Alright.
sharks.
one. Give me initiative rolls. Oh.
That could be worse. 21.
And 14 for
14.
Regan. Okay, so Felix
I don't
is
know
up
what's
first with a
happening.
26. Tully with a 21. Regan with a 14. And then the shark with a 12. So this appears to be a jigsaw shark, but it's quite
Big shark.
small. You've seen some jigsaw sharks before. This is like half the size.
Baby Char.
Yeah, Felix, you're up.
I would reach for telekinetic projectile and slam a crate into it.
All right. Do the attack roll. It would be bludgeoning, presumably.
Yeah, unless there's a particularly sharp crate.
Ah, 26 will hit, but not crit. Roll damage.
Enjoy 6 points of crate damage.
All right. As it is bludgeoned by one of the smaller crates, goes flying towards it and smacks it in the snoot. Third action.
Swim away. I'm not sure how far I can get. I just chose to move about 15.
Oh,
Half my
well,
movement.
while we're underwater in combat, you will need to do athletics checks to swim.
Okay, here's an
Unless-
athletics check.
A 3 is a success. So let's see. How does swim work? Max of
5
10.
plus 5 per something.
I think they changed it. You can move a maximum distance of 10 feet in the water. DC changes. If land speed is 40 or higher, you increase it by 5. Yeah, okay. So you can move up to 10 feet. Because 12 is just a success, not a critical.
So yeah, 10 feet gets me here.
Okay, you swim away. Tully. You don't see what happened, but you
Yeah.
saw Felix telekinetically swing something at something
And
else.
start running off. So we're going to try and see if we can help. Fortunately, no good places to go.
Yeah. You can. I think you can be in the spots with those crates because
Well,
they're.
but I'm saying like there's no good places for me to go
No.
to get there. So,
Well, if you critically succeed your swim, you get an extra 5 feet.
which puts me there, right where Felix is.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, not with one action.
Right, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Is that we'll take 2 actions no matter what I do. So we will spend 2 actions to swim towards whatever it was. First action, swim. 17.
Success, so 10 feet.
5, 10. So not measuring. Thank you.
Oop.
And second move is a 15.
Success again. Can swim 10 feet.
So we get all up into its
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, you swim towards it. You see it is a small jigsaw shark.
Oh, lovely. And with the javelin in hand that we've got already, or the trident, excuse me, we're going to stab it. How about thee?
Ah! Natural 20 for crit. That will crit. Go ahead and roll the damage, please.
34 is a total of 14 points of piercing damage.
All right. You scared me. I was like, 34 damage? What?
No, 34
Not yet,
total.
not yet. Okay.
14 points.
14 points of piercing. Yeah, you stab at the shark. Blood spews. It writhes. Okay, Regan.
What do I perceive is happening from my sack?
You suddenly feel a lot of movement. Movement is happening very, very quickly. You're getting like tossed around in the bag.
Wow, Tully's swimming so fast. You must have seen the ship. To my knowledge, we have not made it to the ship yet.
Yeah, you're just in the dark.
So I'm just gonna chill in here.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Cool. Shark. Okay, it's gonna try and bite Tully with its jaws. Chomp.
Oof.
19 is gonna miss. You know what? I have hero points. I will use a hero point to try again. Reroll and keep the result. that's worse. It's a 17. Still a miss. In that case, it will do a strafing chomp. It gets to move half its speed. Is 5, 10,
Is this a move action?
15. Yes, it is.
Then I'm going to strike out at it as it starts to move around me and see
Okay.
if I can stab it with a reactive
Yes,
strike.
I guess from here to here. All right, reaction.
still. 21 to hit.
That will hit. Exactly. Roll damage.
Excellent. Another 10 points of piercing. So we quickly lash out and stab at it.
All right. And then it will get to 5, 10, 15, 20. It swims around you. Part of this strafing strike, it gets to move half its swim speed and then do a jaw strike. So it will try to bite Felix. Use the right attack, please.
No, thank you.
11. I'll use another hero point. Try again, Shark.
Do better, Shark.
It's not doing better. It's a 15.
I mean, that was better.
Can't bite me. Do 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 do.
Can't bite me.
Oh, and then after it swims that half speed, it will do the other half of its speed. 20. And then 20. Oh, actually, yeah. It swims down behind a pillar, away from you. Top of the round, Felix.
Yes, huh?
The shark has swum away.
Since I targeted it, have a nice glowing red reticule that is where it is, but can I see it to cast a spell against it?
You cannot see it currently. You'd have to move to see it. But you are aware at least of where it went.
Okay. Let me try.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the spell. Which spell were you wanting to cast on it?
I was going to use Force Barrage, which requires that I can see the creature. But
Okay, then
Force
you would
Barrage
need to see it.
tends to find its target. So yeah, I'll do an athletics check to see how far I get to swim.
All right. 22 is a crit, so you can move 15 feet.
Thank you, range increment. That's nice to see. How does down here do?
Oh, I think that's... if you do double diagonal, 15 is here.
Here?
Yeah, you can do there. That's fine. You can do here. You can't do double... Yeah.
Okay. That is 15 feet, and I think I can see some shark.
Yes, you can see the shark there.
Cool. I will cast Force Barrage with my 2 remaining actions.
All right. The damage just happened, so go and roll it.
I believe that is 2d4 since I'm putting 2 actions into it.
2d4 plus 2.
I'm trying to make sure it does that.
You can just type /roll space
Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
Four points of damage.
All right. Minimal missiles, but the Force Barrage does find its target, arcing through the water around the crates and the pole, and they hit home. Tully.
Regan, we have fish problems. And we will start to swim after this thing. So I'm going to take 2 actions to swim. We'll see how we do.
21's a crit, so 15 feet.
And a 20 on the second one.
Another crit, so 30 feet total.
Perfect. So that puts me to, I think, there. Yes. Great. And I can see a shark. Do.
Yes, you can.
How does throwing work underwater?
Throwing is interesting underwater.
Is it half the distance or something?
It depends on what you're using. Are you throwing a piercing weapon?
I am throwing a piercing weapon.
Okay, so range attacks that deal bludgeoning or slashing damage auto miss. And if it's a piercing ranged attack made by or against an underwater creature, the range increment is halved.
Okay, so it's 10 feet instead. So it would be
Yeah, 10-foot range.
So
So
it would be 20 feet would be with the
minus
point of
two.
-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we will still give it a shot as we will throw the fighter's fork. -2 circumstance bonus. But that is a 23.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Whee! 6 points of piercing damage as we throw.
It whistles through the water. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hits the shark. More blood sprays as it wriggles. And suddenly, behind you,
Another shark?
a door swings open. A strange old woman with a wild-looking face appears. I'll show you what she looks like. She's some kind of
sea witch.
underwater sea witchy woman. She's wearing some flowing robes. She's got wild seaweed-like hair with seaweed tangled in it. She's got a massive nose and sharp, pointy teeth. You can hear kind of echo through the water. It's come to play! And what will she do? She will start with something a bit basic. Where are you?
Like, hello?
Sorry, where are you? 50 feet. Oh, that's still in range. Okay. Yeah, she will cast a spell. I need a reflex save from you, Felix. Oh, actually, Felix and Tully.
All right. That is a 27.
How about a 19?
Okay, the 19's a fail, the 27 is a success. So let's see, we roll the damage. Why is this not... That's not the right amount. Do I need to do something special to make monster spellcasters use the right level? Auto heighten. Yeah.
Well, they could just use the lower level, it's fine.
Base first heighten plus 2. Oh, it's already got the heighten. Okay, cool. Alright. Damage. What a burst of water explodes from the floor, the wall, beside you. Deals 10 points of damage to Felix, and 5 points of bludgeoning damage to Tully. And is there any other effect of this? Nobody crit failed. Alright. So yeah, just a big burst of water comes rushing through. And that is her turn. Regan. You suddenly feel jostled about.
And you're muted.
Alright. I'm being jostled around. I don't know what fish problems are. Oh, I guess I should come out and find what fish problems are. So she's gonna poke her
It'll
head
be an
out.
action to... you could peek out, I suppose, for free. But it would take an action to actually get out.
I can't see the fish problem. So then she's going to get out of the bag for an action. Float.
You can go to any of the spaces around Tully. It's
Well,
like a
maybe I
dismount.
can't. Assume I can.
Yeah, if you
Doesn't
go over
really-
there, you'll see a shark problem.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Hmm. Well, I have to dismiss to do anything. So I will dismiss my spell and become regular size again.
Okay, yeah, you swim out and then form back into your full catty self.
I can't really see anything. I can't do
Alright.
anything about that.
So you're just in the dark currently.
Yeah,
because
I'm in the dark.
You don't have dark vision.
I do. I have low light. I don't have dark though.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very dark in here.
And I guess I will.
You could
Wh-
cast
Where's
light.
the? No, I can't. It's 2 actions, and I've used 2. Dismiss.
Oh,
and-
to get yourself out, yeah. that-
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Dismiss is
where are the
better.
fish problems?
Yep.
Where are the fish problems?
Oh, all over.
Oh dear. Well. Good
Well,
turn.
as you're asking that, this fish problem at least
Oh dear.
swims up
Brought me out for this problem.
and over here and will hide.
Aw. Scared.
Alright. And, unfortunately, I think at the top of the round, it'll be Felix's turn, but I think we'll have to wait until next week to find out what happens
Deal with this.
Daring conclusion.
of this weird underwater sea battle. Will
Very
Regan
fishy situation.
get to
Will
see?
I ever be able to see? Or will they crit
I
me
get your
3
potion.
times in a row?
It could happen.
It usually happens to me.
Ooh, yes. Welcome, John Dash Eric. I will explain in a moment how hero points work. I could type exclamation point hero. I think that works. Maybe not. It used to work. All right, whatever. For now, yay! That'll do it for tonight. I think we're back next week as per usual. So yeah, more fun times are ahead. Join us next week to see the exciting conclusion, hopefully, to the underwater battle against the mysterious water witch and her little sharky friend. You don't want to miss it. Goodbye.